Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right, let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right, let's make it right, gonna make it right. Get ready to build, let's make it right, let's make it right, let's make it right, gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, no stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, crafting all night. Get ready to build, let's make it right, let's make it right, gonna make it right.
righty. Oh. Okay, there we go. Another fumbly start. It just wouldn't be the same without a fumble start. Especially on a, what day is today? Is it Tuesday? Is this my, yeah, it's Tuesday. It's May 19th of 2026. And I've got about 2 minutes after the 10 a.m. hour, at least from where I'm sitting. I know some of you were still sitting there in the past, and some of you might even be somehow in the future. But whatever present you have to be in as you're catching this, I do hope it's going good for you. Sorry, still trying to get my audio stuff to be where it should. And I'm not having a very good time with it. Once we get it, we get it. We'll mark down whatever, where everything is and whatnot. But yes, anyway, good morning. Good morning, the legendary Legend Aries. Good to have you here. Thank you for being here. It is the 19th, yes. Titan of YouTube, welcome. Good morning to you as well. All right, let's get off my big ugly mug and get on over to... Yeah, sorry about that. You know, these days, gotta get that side hustle in. Need the monies. I'm about to have to pay somebody a bunch. Sounded better today than yesterday? All right, that's good. Gonna try and bring down the mic just a little bit. Let me know if that's too much. Not enough. All of that fun stuff. Try to keep the mic right about up there, I guess. That should be good. All right. All right. Good morning, Elon Paul. Unfortunately, Hellboy will not be joining today. I know, I'm bummed. But he is going to be streaming live soon, so I'm going to have to get his channel up there. He finally downloaded OBS. He's going to start live streaming. I don't know what days or how he's going about it yet. He doesn't even know, I don't think, yet. Maybe a little too much on which one there, Legend. Let me know, let me know. That good? We good? Sounded good? Voice over audio and all that? Because I have like a stream mix and then I have a personal mix, right? So I can alter the audio, but I want to make sure that the stream is hearing things appropriately. All right. What the heck was I doing? I know there'll be no reason to watch me soon. It's already kind of feeling that way these days. I got my, you know, like you Legend, you show up, and Titan, you've been showing up. Elon Paul, we see you on occasion. It's good to have y'all. Yeah, I got my regular folk, which is, you know, ever since I kind of put No Man's Sky down for a while, because, I don't know, it didn't feel the same anymore, you know, it just had a different vibe. And have you found the island within an island in the foothills? I may have. Okay, all right, no, that's good to know. Yeah, I work Wednesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, true. I do this week, not this week, but next week. I will be on probably almost every day, if not every day. Hey, welcome back, MSG. Good to see you back. I did some, hope you're doing good, by the way. Did a little couple modifications yesterday. RCM. Game audio. Oh yeah, we have. Thank you, Legend. Hey, Titan, my pleasure. My pleasure. That was always my goal. You know? It's all about trying to, and I'll get there with, see, a game like this doesn't necessarily allow you to do as much as that you can with No Man's Sky. But doesn't mean we're not going to try. But, just the freedom of movement in No Man's Sky and placement of parts and, Anyway, we're just having fun with this one. It's been enjoyable. I did get my cook. I did some alterations last night. I didn't have a lot of time to play and I was getting a headache, so I was kind of off and on. But we got Black Axel. We got him in his kitchen for now. We're going to build a whole other thing somewhere else. This is just me noodling about. It's going to be a hodgepodge of stuff, but whatever. But this is what I wanted to see. Is he going to stay in the kitchen? If I rein him in here, is he just going to walk around this area like a bartender or, a chef / bartender? Stuff I got to learn. So I opened the little gate because, we need to get to the cooking fire. And I figured instead of building my own, I'd do what everybody else is doing that I noticed. They're just dropping it in here, which makes sense. And if you look through the smoke, you can see the hook. It's almost like they intended you to do this, because now there's a big giant hook in there, that connects to that pot. It would be nice if the arms disappeared, but it works regardless, Moved the cookware shelf here, the cutting table, reorganized a little bit, so now instead of having the barrel, because I had to fit this in here, and this, I don't like it. There's a bunch of stuff I don't like about it, but it's working for now. I threw up some decoration, tried to get my comfort level up a little bit, even if it wasn't much. We went from I think a 9 to an 18. I think I doubled it. But now, I have my beverages over here. The cooking fire there. And then I moved all of these, and I'm probably going to do something with this as well at some point. But I decided to build a cabinet for no particular reason. And actually, I need to kind of finish that top bit. And then in here, we have, our sack goods, our spices, our fruits and nuts, and then our vegetables. Right? And then over here, we've got our proteins, and then our fish. And I'm going to move it all around again, and again, and again, and again, and again, I wanted to build a cabinet and see, you know, if we could make sort of a cabinet. Although I don't like it, you can tell it's offset, and now I want to move it. Thank you. But and it looks a little more centered, but it's not. And then the thing is here, notice how we had that nice clean look before? So what I would have to do here is we want to try to line that up, which it's going to go left, right. You know, we're going to be heavy one side. So if we turn that off, kind of line that up. Whoa, hey, a little too much. I mean, you're not going to get it, you know, perfect. Yeah, I mean, there's a thing, there's a few things. And I love that game. I miss building in it. I do. I miss being able to just do what I usually do, you know. But every time I seem to come up with something, oddly enough, they seem to, you know, flurb it. We might not have a choice here. You know I'm going to try to make it as good as I can. Be nice if you could get a continuous line, you know, or rotate the part, flip it. Yeah, see, we're offset no matter what we do here. Because it's going to snap to the floor, or it's going to snap to the beam. That's the closest I can get to center. Well, yeah, and that's kind of the problem, is the fact that it's been a sort of a test bench for yeah, see, now look. Interesting. So at this point, I'm probably just going to snap it in and call it a day. I mean, I had it where it, you know, had that clean look. But then for some reason, I mean, I could manually place it, but I might do. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, there's a lot to be said for, oh, look at that. I hate having to there we go. Back out of the build. Oh, damn it. In order to get it to switch from snap to non-snap. All right, we had it. Now what? There we go. That's better. Ah, Scheißen! And now, because I gotta switch it around, you're gonna be this way. Come on. Why must you play this way? You can't really twist it. Come on. When, who knows when we'll see light, no fire. There we go. A little close. Yeah, see, it's twisted. The part itself is twisted. So there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do. And if you want to, like I can do, you know, get it as close as I can. But again, you know, the part itself is not a flush part. So I would have to put the post in manually, which I'd rather not do. And then once I get to a height, all right, what am I working off of here? All right. Working off the chest. The box, rather. And then that would be offset no matter what I did, right? And I have to put the boxes in first, because if I don't do that, then yeah, good enough. We'll deal with it. Okay, rocks, coconuts. I might try a different door.
Improvement is never linear.
Yeah, Elon, I've said that, yeah. That is one of my concerns as well. Okay. What do we got to do? What is our mission of the day? Yeah, gunboat. And welcome, by the way. All right, let's do this one here. Sacrificial lamb. Okay, let's see. Alright, I've got food. Got my stuff. Oh, we should see if we can't upgrade our... We got to start looking at weaponry. Like, always running through like, bam, one thing. What am I at on my stuff here? 11, 11. Go to 12 on that. We need to go get some more of this material. All right, let's go to the swamps. And let's try to do... I think, yes. I just need to get some more of this material. And I need...
Helm's yours, Captain.
No, not yet. I've been thinking about it. I wanted to make a lighthouse. Or some sort of, you know, something along those lines. But I've messed with some circles. It's super easy in the game. You have a few different sizes. More than enough to work with. You can make curves. It's pretty straightforward. I'm sure as we get into building, I'm trying to, you know, get my character up and, you know, get upgrades and unlock all the building parts. I have a place to build. Thanks to Titan.
Ship's under your hand, Captain. Got the wind.
Keep a steady eye, man. Oh, of course, we got ships that are higher level than I am.
Set more sail.
I gotta put the music back on. Hey!
Catch the wind.
Yeah, this ship. Much more... much more deadly. Alright, I'll let you run into the shoreline over there. I can't even see you. Good night. Woo!
More sail, more speed.
Come on, baby. Miss. Nice. No, way low. Oh!
Enemy's been sunk. Load that hole.
Come on.
Reef the canvas.
Hold on one sec. Gotta get the game music going. Wow. Still, even with these heavy cannons. Ah.
Playing the spoil. See favors us. Another day alive.
Yeah, you should be able to ring a bell, like raise your sword, emotes.
Captain at the helm.
All right, we need to be heading west. The Prancing Pony.
More sail. More speed.
Diana the Duck, welcome. Ooh, excuse me.
All hands! Call all hands to man the capstan. See the cable run down clear. Heave away and with the will, boys. For Tortuga we will steer. And we'll sing in joyful chorus in the watches of the night. And hands to duty. To the iron, lads!
All right, what am I supposed to do here? Find the witness on the ship. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to board.
Helm's yours, Captain.
A lot harder to see around this ship, I'll tell you that. Come on. You gonna give me the boarding? Not without first having to get pummeled by
Man the cannon!
Get away from the prancing pony. That's our loot. Can we board? It's not giving us the... Not giving us the sign to board. Guess we're just gonna do this. On my way. Yep. All right. You want to play? We'll play. You want to play too? Okay. You can. Oh. You got lucky there. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Oh, that'd be land. I don't know what we're supposed to do with the prancing pony. I think we did it. I took the letter. I guess it just sits there, but I figured that would clear out, no? Then we got attacked, so... I want to say it's Reaper. I want to say it was like a Reaper or something along those lines. Because normally when you complete one of these tasks, hold on. Let's read this a little closer, too. I see no more glittery bits. Alright. The dead around you are silent. The waves gently rock the ship, prolonging their already eternal sleep. Do I sink it? Alright, let's... Huh. It turned into the boat when I went back, and I did. So, yeah, it was no longer the shield icon. It turned into the boat icon. I think.
You ever seen the plagued ones? Oh, bark instead of skin, branches growing out of their heads.
Aye, still prettier than your ex.
Somebody made it into the ghost zone there. You can actually get in. Where the hell are you? There you go.
Don't touch me.
What? Easy, lady. I didn't hurt you. I don't even know who you are. Alright. Next part. Wait a minute, I needed something.
You didn't sail in here on sea turtles,
Here
did you?
you'll find the brethren's finest wares, mate.
Do I have any of mine?
Old stock, still sharp.
Ooh. Well, hello. I did not know you were here. New parts. I'm liking that. Got everything nice. Hey!
Tools make the hunter.
Yeah, well. Everything from you. You. And there's you.
Handle with care.
Might as well. Oh no! I needed it anyway. Let me do that. Did it again.
This doesn't belong in a museum.
Cricket. Stretch the supply. That one doesn't look bad. Alright, before I waste more money by accident. Is this my ship? Nope. Where's my ship? Ah, it's right there. Pee-wee pirate! How you doing? You've been MIA for a while too. Welcome, good to see you.
Ship's under your hand, Captain.
Look at that. Perfect. We want to be near the swamp anyway. What did we need? We need something out of the swamp. It is. It's the SS Adios Pantalones. So, yeah, that goes back, a group of friends way back when I was partying all the time. Now what do we need to do? Now we need to sail somewhere, right?
Captain at the helm.
Oh. Body of water right across from us, basically. Right on. Man, it's hard to see. Like, I could only imagine. Alright, I guess we'll deal with you.
Catch the wind!
Foolishness.
That's it, finished!
Yeah, that makes much more sense. Why didn't I think of that? Oh. Makes such a difference. I'm just like, could you imagine in real life you're not doing that, you know what I mean? Run her aground. All right, what do we need to do here? Something? And as always, we're collecting crap. Oh, really? Oh, really? You just jumped that rock like that. Okay. Interesting. Why do I feel like this is not the island? Because it is not. Alright. But I bet you that is a X marks the spot island somewhere here. Or maybe a map I don't have. Yeah, I heard a mention of that. Alright, we're not going to mess around with that. Let's get to our destination.
Helm's yours, Captain.
We want to be heading east. Alright.
More sail, more speed!
Dimmer, how you doing? There it is. Yeah, I agree. The new arc. Alright. What am I supposed to be doing? Find and search. Okay.
More sail!
Come on. Get over here, get over here, get over here. And of course, should we take care of him?
Lead off speed!
Alright, this is also not giving me a boarding.
Reef the canvas! Ease the sails!
This is what I was afraid of. Oh. Alright, so it's not... Those are too far away. I don't see why I can't board this thing, though. Probably because I gotta go and fight on it.
Reeve the canvas! Reeve the canvas!
Oh. Blood has seeped into the deck planks and darkened long ago, and the air hangs heavy with the stench of rot. If there were fanatics aboard this ship, they're dead now. What you see here doesn't look like the drown's work. They wouldn't have removed the bodies. More likely, they were drawn in by the smell of blood. Which means someone got to the children of the Ark first. There's still somebody alive? I think I got everything. Although I'm not sure what return to Long Bend.
Ship's under your hand, Captain. Lead off speed.
Why is it pulling to the side?
Lead off speed.
Right, we can actually fast travel this one. I don't know what the heck's going on there. And long back.
What's your poison?
Nice. And that's done. Still not quite ready for that. Almost ready for this. But we've knocked a bunch of this out. Let's go take a look at our new parts.
You didn't sail in here on sea turtles, did you?
We had to go to the swamp for something. Was it? So we got the tablets, that's these here. So we still have this to open up. But we've been chewing through a lot of supplies lately. Oh, okay. It doesn't alter the finishing pages. Or the completion of that quest. No, I have not. I could do that in a minute. I don't know if I have enough money, but... But I have upgraded, everything is all level 11 at the moment. Boarding party, both my cannon sets, and hull. Salt. I got the roof for over that. Not exactly what I wanted, but and I'm gonna play with it. That one looks like I screwed up actually. Maybe not. The other one looked better for some reason. Building supplies, gunpowder. Alright, put these away. And we should be good. Oh, that's right, we got new stuff. Let's take a look.
The body endures.
What did we get? And I saw the word marble. See any marble floors or walls? Ah, we got iron bowl. We got a bunch of kitchenware, which, you know. Oh, we got. Oh, I didn't. Curios. No. Could have sworn I got a new set of parts. Or did we already down? No. No. Could have sworn we purchased. Alright, so we have this and this left over. But we need to upgrade our stuff. Actually, yeah, because this is level 13. We're not even nowhere near. And this is 14. We could mess with this. That's a good question. Alright, what do we need to do here? A bunch. All kinds of stuff we need to do. I gotta move stuff around. I gotta play with building stuff. Just trying to figure out what I need to do next to advance. You know, we still haven't... Well, I know what we need to do. We need to find that one flower in the swamp. Then there's the swamp boss. We need to find the red flower. All right, we need to go to the swamp anyway. Because we need to collect material and tar and leg wood. You know, everything here, basically. Except for that, necessarily. All right, let's do that. You know what? Let's open up the map a little bit. It looks like there's an island right here. Also looks like there's an island here. But if we go here. Oh, that's undead waters now. We're not going to mess with that yet. This is much higher level. Yeah, this is all 11 to 15. This is 6 to 10. You know what? Huh. I mean, I could start working on a round tower somewhere, but that means I got to bring a bunch of supplies with me. And it probably won't be enough. Yeah, I've been having a hard time finding those. Those and tomatoes, apparently. All right. It looks like we have been on for an hour and a half. There's some stuff I need to do today, unfortunately. So I'm going to be doing a shorter than yesterday's stream. You know, between 3 and 4 hours. We'll see how it goes. But I got to get some errands done today. Very important ones, as a matter of fact. All right, but we're going to take a little break. I'm going to warm up my coffee. Then we're going to come back and we're going to potentially go into an area we probably shouldn't. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to go to the swamp. We're going to collect some materials that we need. We're going to try to upgrade to at least level 13 on our cannons and stuff. And we should probably upgrade our weaponry and our armor as well. I mean, there's so much I haven't even looked at yet. I've collected so many different weapons and armor bits, and you know, I haven't read through them all. Damn right, the tomatoes. Can't find the damn tomatoes. So, you know, I got a lot that I really need to be spending some time reading and figuring out what the hell is going on. And then we're going to need to make some food before we leave on our next journey. I was thinking about putting a lighthouse right here. I kind of wanted to build it on a rocky, you know, a rocky area, like jutting out. But we could do practice one here. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's do a practice one here. I'm going to move the fire to about here. And then we should still be able to access our storage stuff there. And then we'll build some form of a... We'll build a tower. We'll mess around with that. Maybe we'll get the platform done. I don't want to just... You know, there's a lot that needs to get done in the game, and I still want to, you know, I still have things to collect and upgrade, and, you know, that means going out into the world and, you know, doing all that. So, but I also need to practice building, so. And I kind of want to wreck this and build another thing because there's nothing really left in here except for the bed and, you know, that kind of storage. And I figured I want to kind of also build a storage facility somewhere. I'm not sure where. Or just put storage in the house somewhere. I should have built a basement. I didn't even think about that. I wonder if I could dig one out after the fact. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. And there's, you know, all sorts of bits and pieces of the decoration I gotta finish. But we are, you know, more enclosed now. You know, we're at a point now where we could, you know, potentially decorate. I figured this would be, you know, like sleeping quarters, maybe, or I didn't have any plan. I was just practicing the build mechanic, so I didn't really, you know, there was no thought process. But we have all the roof caps on now, including that entrance there. The whole thing is now fully enclosed. And it would be nice if they had double tap. What's going on? If they introduce a camera mode. But for now, we can do that. And we're going to take our break here. I'm going to go warm up my coffee, take a bio break, and we'll be back shortly. For those of you who are going to get going, thanks so much for spending some of your time here. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to do the like, subscribe, ring the bell, and all that YouTube jive on the way out. Thank you. And for those of you sticking around, get up, stretch out, peel the peepers away from the screen for a minute or two. Get your bio break in, get a munchie, get a beverage, wash your hands, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip places in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow.
Alrighty, we're back. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the roof. I'm glad that it came together. I was kind of worried that we were going to be SOL. Alright, we need some temporary lighting in here. This is the time you actually want your lantern. And I want the chain. I don't have the chain pieces. And I want to light this differently, but I need to see what I'm doing, or try to anyway. Oops. Yeah, and I'm missing chandeliers too. Like, hold on. Alright, so crafting and utilities. Storage and beds. I've got, like, I feel like there should be a nicer bed than this one. the floors, walls, I feel like there's a missing, like I thought I got marble. Thought I saw the words marble when I just bought something. So I feel like I'm missing some roof stuff. Pillars and beams. Windows and doors, stairs and fences. Decorations. Like I heard there was like chain. And then farming. There, now we can see. If I like that. Alright. Wish I had thought of a way interior to, but at the same time, I mean I could. Where could I, now that I've cleared out a lot of this, where could I bring it upstairs? Yeah, but I don't have it. Figured it would be here in pier decoration. I'll keep it the way it is for now. We'll build something later. Better. Ooh, we may be Scrooged here. Oh, wait, we're just moving this fire down. Never mind. So we can build and get supplies, but that also means I'm going to need to repopulate. This is driving me crazy. Yeah, we just need to be able to reach that. So I'm wondering if I'm going to need to first flattening. That should be good. If it's not, oh bloody well. Starship Trooper, what's going on? Why do you say that? Excuse me. All right. Don't like that it doesn't line up to this. Oh yeah, I guess we're gonna do something for now. I don't like that it doesn't line up. It's all like just a little bit off. See what I mean? But that should be more in line. It drives me crazy. I don't know how I'm going to angle all this up, though, or make it smaller. I mean, we could do smaller concentric circles. Oh, it drives me insane. Like, excuse me, I'm trying to follow your grid, but you won't let me. I guess we'll consider this. No. Yeah, that. No, I don't. Okay. No. Alright, we need to start out here. Having to be batty. Like, seriously. This is our front, if you will. So now, if I want to bring this in, we don't really have anything that lets us angle it. Would be nice. We could do a it would have to be alright, this is our base. Let's call this our base. Here's where we're gonna have all kinds of fun and problems. Thank you. All right. See, that shouldn't be. There is a way I should be doing this, but right, so you would actually. All right, you know what we need? We need a bloody way to frickin' see. I'm doing this a whole different way. I'm going to do this. Oh my goodness, really? Not sure what you mean there, my friend. I need to do it cheaply, though. Do this. It just, if it's not lining up to the grid, it's like everything in my brain is. All right, so I need to figure out where my center is. Really? Like 15 degrees off. Really help. Oh, I hate this. Like, I would rather the line not even be there. Yeah, I'm probably going to start having to use mods until they... Alright. Doesn't have to be exactly here, but this will be fine for now. Really? Interesting. All right. Now I've got a center. I need to have a center point to work off of. I'm so still in No Man's Sky, I know. But it just makes sense to me. Okay. I mean, we can still even do... all the other points. This way I can... Yes, I'm going to have to deal with a little more setup. But I think in the long run, it will give me some more options as well. And I could be completely wrong, which is more than possible. May just cause chaos and problems. And yes, there is considerably more setup in this. And I will be deleting and all that fun stuff. But now I kind of have a straight line I can work with visually. And at least know, what I'm going to call my center. Like with the grid down, it messes me all up. Now I'll ignore that because I can look at this. Now the downside with this is all the extra prep. And material. And this is where you realize when things in this game are not what you would call perfect. Yeah, we're gonna knock this off here. Okay, I think this is where we come out. I wish you could go to the top or bottom of the beam to, create, different gap spacing. And this game does not like to cross snap points. It is very much against that. Why are you giving me that corner? Alright. That should be there. There we go. And see the downside I don't like with that the terrain. I can flatten it, but if you get around at some point and you're like, it didn't quite flatten here. You have to remove this, all of this, in order to, let the collision, the hitbox. Because you can't flatten near your stuff. Alright, so that is basically as round as you should get, right? There is a difference. Interesting. There's a slight gap. That's pretty interesting. May need to rethink this. Huh. That's pretty wild. So, we know we can get a bit of a gap. If need be. Oh, I'm figuring this out myself, so good luck. I hope it works for you. Keep an eye, as we just realized. You notice there was that little shift. So, very curious of what is going on with that. It is a bit tighter though, isn't it? In some ways. Well, let's find out here. It is tighter. You can see here because we have that fold over. That's a tighter seam. Although that, oh, I got off track somewhere here. And let's see, actually, does it do that natch? It does. Aha, see, you gotta keep an eye on that. But what will this do? All right, so with this method, that happens. So that's not good. Unless I flubbed it somewhere, which is entirely possible. So let's try it again. One. Ah. All right, so I gotta shift it in. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that ain't good. All right, so we start here. One in. Make sure it folds over. One in. Make sure it folds over. There it is. Okay. All right. Because there's still that little shift. But it doesn't happen on but that's still that little shift. I mean, that could lead to, you know, like a spirally idea or something maybe. Or, you know, a different kind of something. Yeah, look at that. Boom. 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 You could... And now look at how offset that is, right? But you could use that little offset although now it's backwards here, right? So oop. Now this is going to make a different size circle though, right? Because there's no offset, there's no fold over. Might even look a little different. God damn it. I don't like that we don't have a duck either. Or a crouch. But here's where we're gonna have what if I wanted to do that? Be nice if we could get a bigger concentric, bigger circle. Now, does this move back and forth? Well, I mean, it moves at full length, yeah. But not like the wall. Interesting. I need to see what these pieces do and what they look like. And then these seem to be locked in. I hate when I can't see. Do they have this piece in the angled version? No, they do not. Like, you should be able to choose the style of these. Yeah, we're gonna have a hard freaking time dealing with some of this crap. Scaffold is gonna be an issue. Too much of a contrast. That's going to cause problems. See, it's all that because the only angled version is this one here. I mean, there are these, but that doesn't quite work. Could you? What I want to use. You need this in another fashion. In a different style. Yeah. Excuse me. Doesn't quite match either. Quick. Just doing some testing right now. Yeah, see, there's the gap right there. That's interesting. It really is. That does allow for some messing about. Wish I could do these vertically. That would be cool. Like, bring the circle, you know, upwards. Haven't figured that out yet. I don't think I will. Now, if we try to do... Let me see where this ends up. Alright, so say we want that as our center line. Now I throw in those instead. We're not going to have the gap, right? Now it's the floor panel. We're not going to have that shift. But with that beam, we get a shifting. So hopefully, now if I were to take that floor, now see, we don't have a shift anymore. Right? As opposed to doing it with the beam, which they had a half wall. I didn't have to do 4. I don't like the and we could bring this in so that we don't have this gap. But then I'm wondering, alright, well, hold on. Take this in. Figuring stuff out. Yeah. Can still do a jump. What is it jumping on? It's okay, I see what it is. It's attaching to the edge of the wall or the floor. It's making that decision. Okay, so if I go out here... It's still doing that. So the circle that is made... Huh. So the circle that is made... yeah, and that's giving us a gap here. As opposed to the one... Okay, all right, so... so the one we have done, in my opinion, is probably more circular. I could be mistaken. Yeah, I probably am. Yeah, no, if it's attached, it's more circular. There's a fight right in between. That stair crossover was kind of interesting. Yeah, why do I have a feeling this way is a little bit more accurate in the terms of circular, but I could be way off base. And the only way to truly tell well, they're both circular. Not any better way one way or another. It's just we're going to get slightly different something. We would need that other spoke, which we don't have. Why does that not look like it's... Oh, but it is. Perspective. And then if we do it the other way, and then we come in a half step, we still have that. We're closer now, but now we're going to start spiraling in, right? Because we're out a little bit more, so we need to tuck that in. Which means you need to spend way too much time making sure and is it worth it in the long run? If it ain't worth it in the long run, what's the point? Taking the extra time. Now, if we were to make a circle the normal way, it'd be a little wider. But this has a nice smooth edge. Until we get right here. Yeah, so that's a little different, isn't it? Alright, hold on. Yeah, we get an overlap here. Yeah, because we're... And this is why we test. Later on, you're like, what the hell? How come it's doing this weird thing? And we kind of need to see what it looks like in the daytime. It does look better with the overlap, but it gets... it's going to get finicky. Well, that may help. You know, having a few more options. You know, to kind of scoot in, turn the piece might, you know, create an interesting gap filler. Wish it were not raining, but we'll get through that. You just have to make sure that you're doing the exact same thing over and over. Yeah, I wish this came in the concrete, or plaster rather. And the limestone and the clay and etc. Same with this part. Because this does not match. I mean, then what happens is it kind of fixes itself here in a way. Because this is just gonna, there's no like, and they don't give us a, like a stone beam. Oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot to do something. Damn it. Oh, you're so right. Oh, I forgot to remove the inner one so I could... I'm almost positive anyway. Just playing. Be nice if it followed the path, you know what I mean? Yeah, I forgot. So when I put down the central post, it's my own idiot fault. I should have known. I practiced it a couple times too beforehand, but once you do it, you remove that one closest to your center pin so that it doesn't, attach to that and get kicked off balance. That's right. Thank you for you know what? Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, so this here you shouldn't see. Yeah, I can see it already. Yep, I see it already. It did it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We need to start this all over again, unfortunately. I knew I forgot something. I'm like, something doesn't seem right. And we're not going to do it today. We're going to do it another time. So, yeah, super important. And it's still going to look funky when you do it the right way. But I can already see where it kind of got offset. And you can see it's not really a circle here. See where it gets wider? Now I do want to kind of keep this where it is. So I'm going to leave one of these arms going. All that time. Well, is it wasted time? No. Did we remember a very important lesson? Yes. Wish I could just walk over it with it red. Yeah, so what happened was it was attaching itself occasionally to another one of the beams, which was giving us a horrible offset. It was consistent though, that's the thing that I was kind of getting like, But this is why we do what we do. You know, is there a different way, a better way, or a way that gives us different options than the traditional way? So normally you would remove that, do one tick out, remove that again, do your one tick out, and this way you know you're not attaching, you know. And if you want to make yourself even more safe, you could do two of them. You know, and then do that one as well. But it's always going to look a little funky, and this is where things get a little bizarre, because is that the graphic? Because we know we've you know, we're not on that beam, right? Let's see how that... Now, is that the beam? It's the same rotation, right? It's the same tick over. We don't really have a cleaner looking beam, do we? Oh yeah, we do. Ah, see? It's the beam itself. Now it looks more even. Okay. So we'll use this beam from now on. Painful. Painful. And if you wanted to, you could just do start with your 4, cardinal directions. And then start, doing a 45. Excuse me. And we may prove that this doesn't, alter anything. But yeah, there's usually some weird gaps, and that's one of the things I was trying to overcome. And here's where we don't quarter anymore. Is it truly a circle? Looks like a 60s, 70s wall clock. Throw some little metal balls at the end of some of these and have it some disgusting color like avocado green. And hey, that looks a lot better. All right, so these beams, because they're cleaner, remove 2 to make sure that you're not interacting with any of the other beams, and then you can go from there. And here's where we lack that, this line here, that angle, right? Like I said. So there's that missing .5% or whatever. I don't think I know. Excuse me. Or, you know, you center this by taking that, and now we can see here gap there, but that's starting to look a lot better. So we're going to have a slight gap there though, unless we bring it in. And here we go again, right? Because it's going to want to either attach to the wall or to the, you know, the floors. And it doesn't matter if it's two, you know, quarter floors or one regular floor, it's going to do the same thing. It's not the floor it's trying to snap to at that point. So then we move this in one. We're going to get a diminishing return on our circle, but, you know, we're not going to get the large circumference. Again, we have that gap, so now here we go with the, that'll be the fold over. Which will, again, that's your floor. And then there's the wall. It is a much smoother transition though. I do like that. You know, as opposed to here where we get that seam. You know, we have a visible seam between it. Whereas here, with the fold over, you know, it's, I don't know. I think it's a stylistic thing and a time thing. So I think you're gonna go off of aesthetics. And is it that much of a difference? No. And it's even cleaner up here, isn't it? Like, it's much rounder, a little smoother. I mean, this is nitpicking. Like, nitpicking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You could basically end up doing the same thing here. It does work off of itself. You know, I don't know. Just playing. That's all we're doing. We're just playing. Good old-fashioned R&D, right? Haven't done that in a while. Although, oh shoot! Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going here. I'm gonna have to time it like, oops. This is how you can shift a floor. If you needed to shift a floor a little bit, because this stays on the same plane, it's not. I think anyway. Yeah. We're left side right now. Right side. Yeah, we got a little shift right here. It's a nudge. And all you would need to do really for that would be to set up, yeah. Put your floor there. All right, hold on, let's see if we can't do that. All right, so then we take a wall. It may not work because we're twisting it now off of. Yeah, it won't. Will it? No, because we've altered that. Yeah. So we made that alteration in order to get. But, wait a minute. Now, if I just do this, then I have to bring in, and is that going to be, that's a full quarter. No, it's not, is it? Yeah, I wish I had a copy. It's not. There's our quarter move. All right, there's a tool. How did we do that? Let's refresh. Alright, say we're coming off of here. And I want to nudge this out a little bit. Excuse me. How would I do that? Come from where? I would have to build that in order to be it and then shoot. No, that would make sense either. So what would I have to do? If I'm going up of that, I would have to intersect. Here. That's not right because here we're sticking out a little bit. So, but it does give me we still have that little, I like this little nudge right here. Like we're a little further. And that's what I needed the other day. But oh shoot, I gotta get going. I didn't realize what time it was. I gotta run, y'all. Well, we learned a few things today, so that's always good. I cannot argue with learning something. I also learned how to resheath my sword and pistol. I found the button for that. On controller, you press and hold the right, I think would be like your start button or your options button. The one that brings up this menu. Yeah, we learned a few things. Definitely some interesting potential here. Just got to play around and see what we can get out of it. You know, I think I may have found a little way to make a, you know, a nudge tool. That would be cool. we can, refine that, make that a little bit better, that'd be great. All right, y'all. I unfortunately have to work the rest of the week, but the following week, starting on Sunday, my birthday, May 24th. Yay! Woohoo! We'll be probably streaming every day. So, and who knows? Random times, 2 times a day, 1 time a day. Take a break someday. But we got plenty of free time and no money, so we'll be looking for stuff to do. Anyway, until then, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Until next time, this has been me, Kevin C. here at Action Pants Gaming, wishing all of you pioneer, buccaneer, pirates out there a little bit of love, peace, and pirate ship grease. Get your action pantalones on, get out there, start building some wild and wacky stuff, and we will see you soon. All right, until then, take care. Bye, everybody.
Action Pants Gaming. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.